What is up, my fellow andronauts? In this video, I'm going to show you a compound that can dramatically enhance, supercharge the effects of citrulline. So citrulline is commonly used to get a better pump in the gym or to get better erections. So wouldn't it be great if your favorite pump compound can be supercharged? I'm going to show you exactly what that compound is and what dose you can use to supercharge your citrulline. And then also I'm going to show you how to naturally boost that compound in your body so you don't have to take a supplement. And then finally, I'm going to give you the whole stack for maximal blood flow and erections and so on. So let's dive in. So first up, let's talk about how nitric oxide is being produced. So you got arginine, the amino acid, that is converted into nitric oxide by the enzyme nitric oxide synthase. And it uses oxygen, BH4, vitamin B2, NADPH, and iron as cofactors for this production. So if you don't have these cofactors, you will not be able to produce enough nitric oxide. Now, it will be too much to go into these cofactors in this video. Primarily, I want to emphasize arginine necessary to create nitric oxide. There's also evidence to suggest when you take citrulline, it's actually better at increasing arginine levels in the body, and that's also really good for increasing your nitric oxide. So let's look at citrulline and arginine levels in men with erectile dysfunction. You can see that here is non-atherogenic ED, borderline atherogenic ED, and atherogenic ED. And so atherogenic meaning it's a disease of the arteries. And so that eventually leads to vasogenic ED. So the vasculature doesn't work effectively anymore, and that leads to erectile dysfunction. And so the more severe these people have atherogenic ED, the lower their citrulline and arginine levels are. And then supplementing citrulline and arginine can help to restore those levels and help you to produce more nitric oxide. So let me show you what that secret compound is that will help to increase and significantly enhance the effects of citrulline. That is glutathione. Here is the glutathione levels of men with erectile dysfunction. You can see people with ED have lower levels of glutathione than men that do not have erectile dysfunction. It's a significant difference. So you have erectile dysfunction, low glutathione. You have erectile dysfunction plus diabetes, the lowest level of glutathione. Then you have ED without diabetes, and then you have diabetes and you have the control group. So you can see control group, they have the highest glutathione, and people with ED have the lowest level of glutathione. And so glutathione can help to increase nitric oxide in two ways. The first one is increases nitric oxide synthesis, and the second way is it the glutathione reacts with nitric oxide to form nitrosoglutathione, thus protecting the nitric oxide. Let's dive more into detail with both of those. So you will see you get a coupled enos and an uncoupled enos. So when enos is coupled, it means it's working correctly. Your body can use the arginine and the cofactor to produce nitric oxide and citrulline. That is coupled. That's how it's supposed to work. But then you got uncoupled enos. And so instead of producing nitric oxide, it's actually producing free radicals like hydrogen peroxide and peroxynitrite. So when it's uncoupled, it's producing free radicals. When it's coupled, it's producing nitric oxide. And so what happens is that glutathione prevents the uncoupling of enos, which allows the enos to actually produce nitric oxide instead of free radicals. That's one way how glutathione enhances nitric oxide production. The second way is that glutathione, which is GSH, reacts with nitric oxide to create this combo product, right? And then it protects the nitric oxide because nitric oxide can actually react with a free radical to create a very toxic free radical. And it's called peroxynitrite, right? So glutathione, by binding to the nitric oxide, can protect it from binding to free radicals instead. And so it saves, quote unquote, saves the nitric oxide, so it becomes more active, more beneficial to the body. And also, cyclic GMP production is low when glutathione is low. So what really happens is that you get, for example, sexual stimulus that releases nitric oxide. The nitric oxide stimulates the release of guanylate cyclase, which then stimulates the release of cyclic GMP. And how Viagra or tadalafil works is by inhibiting the enzyme PDE5. Because PDE5 breaks down cyclic GMP. And so it's basically cyclic GMP that's responsible for the arterial relaxation and getting an erection. So nitric oxide is kind of like just a precursor for increasing cyclic GMP. And so when your glutathione is low, your nitric oxide will be low and the cyclic GMP will be low. So glutathione helps to increase nitric oxide and this vascular relaxation on multiple levels. And so let's look at the combination of citrulline plus glutathione. You can see in this study they use citrulline or citrulline plus glutathione, and you can see it in this graph. This big increase in this NOx stands for nitrite and nitrate, which is the precursors to nitric oxide. So the combo group citrulline and glutathione had the greatest increase in the precursors, and the increase was the greatest and the longest compared to just using citrulline by itself. And you can also see the way it increased in this graph, the second graph as well. Citrulline and glutathione was significantly more and longer post-exercise than just citrulline alone. It was really good. And then you can see in this graph, you got cyclic GMP was also significantly higher in the citrulline and glutathione group compared to just glutathione or just citrulline groups. So the combination works synergistically in increasing nitric oxide and also cyclic GMP that synergistically enhances vascular relaxation. All right, so how to increase glutathione naturally? We have coenzyme Q10, vitamin B2, which is the cofactor, whey, which is rich in a dipeptide, will help to increase the production of glutathione. And also actually whey has been shown to help with erectile dysfunction in animal studies. Mate T, NAC plus glycine is very good at increasing glutathione. Alpha-lipoic acid, methylation nutrients like vitamin B6, biotin, folate, B12, taurine, milk thistle, some fruits and vegetables containing a significant amount of glutathione, example asparagus, avocado, and spinach. And also cruciferous vegetables contain certain molecules that can increase glutathione like sulforaphane or diethylthiones. So these are a few ways to increase glutathione naturally. I prefer to rely on diet and not supplements. Right? You want to reach a state with a diet so you don't even need supplements. That's my whole approach to doing everything. The diet is so good, such that your baseline and health is so good. And if you're looking for the perfect diet to do that, that is the Testo Launch diet. Right? The link is in the description, so you guys can check that out. Now, bonus compound, right? Surprise guys, bonus compound that you can use in combination with citrulline and glutathione that will help with erections even more, right? So a lot of my clients that use this compound with part of the erection stack says it's real. The erection effect is real. It's called taurine. And taurine is great for erections because it enhances nitric oxide. It's just one of the benefits, right? So you can see the enzyme nitric oxide synthase. This is how taurine restored and increased nitric oxide synthase. And this was how it increased nitric oxide. So taurine massively increased nitric oxide, which then helps to enhance erections and sexual function. And this was in old animals. And then also taurine increases hydrogen sulfide. So hydrogen sulfide inhibits PDE5. So you have more cyclic GMP. And so it's not just a nitric oxide that's responsible for erections, but also hydrogen sulfide and carbon monoxide. So it's 3 gasotransmitters. And so taurine increases nitric oxide and hydrogen sulfide. And the sulfide inhibits PDE5. You got more cyclic GMP, better vascular relaxation, better erections. And as a result, better sexual function. So the EL and ML is markers for sexual function in animals. So you can see that in this study, they compared the control, beta-alanine, and the taurine was the best at enhancing sexual function compared to the other compounds. So you can see like the EL and ML improved, decreased, which means they had significantly better sexual function because of the taurine. Better erections, higher testosterone, better sexual function. So in terms of dosing, we got for the stack 3 to 5 grams of citrulline, 3 to 5 grams of arginine. They synergize, so if you can combine them, 3 grams of taurine, and 200 milligrams of this N-acetyl glutathione. So it's more bioavailable, and it's actually very good. It can increase your glutathione levels in the body. So this is the stack for erectile dysfunction. Give it a shot. Give it at least 4 weeks. You should notice results even sooner. But give it 4 weeks and then let me know in the comments below how that works for you. Alright guys, I hope this video was helpful to supercharge your citrulline, throw in some glutathione. I prefer to rely on the diet to get all of those compounds that is necessary for glutathione maximization. And ultimately, I've increased my baseline so high that I don't need any supplements for erections or for pumps. My citrulline levels are great, my glutathione levels are great, my pumps are great, my erections are great. I don't need supplements. I'm just sharing this with you guys if you want to experiment with something to supercharge your erectile dysfunction stack. And also even though I have no issues, I'm always experimenting with compounds like citrulline, with glutathione and taurine, trying all kinds of different stacks to see how I respond to that and if it even gives me even more of a boost. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, learned something new, and I will check you in the next one. Cheers guys.